All right, next story. This one is actually legitimately heartbreaking because I don't blame this kid at all. All right, let's pull this up. All right, and this was shared by Tom Hennessy. So this is a 6-year-old kid. Obviously, she looks morbidly obese. She is morbidly obese. This is child abuse. Straight up child abuse. And you know what's like heartbreaking about this? She's not that much older than my daughter. You know, my daughter's 5. This kid is 6. 6 years old, and she can barely walk up the steps. 6 years old, and she seems like she must be 300 plus pounds. And something else that bothers me is that not only is this wildly unhealthy and that her life is at risk, she's being robbed of her childhood. Can't even play in a playground. She's so overweight.
Yeah. Yay!
You know, another thing I just thought of while watching this? Why would the parent post this online? Because obviously there's going to be people that are not nearly as, charitable as I'm being with them. And this is humiliating to your kid. Yeah. So let's read some of these comments real quick. So there are no fat people with medical conditions in famines and concentration camps for a reason. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's no. One of my buddies says there's no starving kids in, there's no overweight kids in Africa. And he's right. Because obviously, if you don't have access to food, you don't have access to calories, you're going to lose weight. This is a person making an excuse, hyperthyroidism. I don't think it's that. I think probably a bad diet. This person said, even the person filming and posting it to social media. Yeah, why? That's my question. Why post this? Why humiliate your child like this? Because eventually, they're not at the age yet where kids are going to be bullying her. Maybe some are. But there's certainly going to be a point in time where she's going to be humiliated and bullied because of this. Her life is already ruined. I do think she can come back from it, but it involves having parents actually give a damn about her. And very clearly, her parents don't. This is truly heartbreaking. What do the body positivity clowns have to say about this sort of stuff? Yeah. Good question. Do they see this child and, clap for her and cheer for her and say how brave she is? Should she be celebrated? Should a child this morbidly obese be celebrated? No. No, absolutely not. This child is going to be in an early grave because nobody around her is telling her no. Nobody around her is forcing her to exercise, forcing her to play, forcing her to, at least in this situation, they were. Um, but she needs it consistently. And it looks like, the parents that posted this on social media are making a show of it, or whoever posted it on social media. And it's just really disturbing. And it just, for me, just is more evidence that this fat influencer trend needs to die. It needs to die, and it's not just and there needs to be a top down approach to it too. There needs to be laws in place that treat this as child abuse, and for the fat influencers in general, the fat tax I think is great. I think making life a little bit more difficult for them, great. That we should not be restructuring society to accommodate these people, and because it's going to end up putting them in an early grave. May sound cruel, may sound callous, may sound mean. I don't care. It's the truth. And pastors need to start preaching against gluttony, because that's a real problem when 40% of America is morbidly obese. So yeah, that bothered me.